It started as habit. Every night after my late shift at the diner, I took the same quiet road home, Elm Street. It was lined with old brick houses, each window glowing softly like memories trying to stay alive. But there was one window, second floor, third house on the left, that always caught my eye. The curtains were thin, lace-like. Behind them, I'd see the faint silhouette of a woman sitting by a lamp. Every night, same spot. Sometimes she'd be reading, other times just staring out into nothing. Her stillness felt heavy, like silence with a story behind it. And every night, I walked past, wondering what her story was. At first, I told myself it was none of my business. People watch TV, people read, people think, she was probably doing all three. But something about her posture, the way her shoulders slumped slightly forward, how her head tilted toward the window as if waiting, it stayed with me. One snowy night, curiosity got the better of me. I slowed down. She was there again, same place, same soft yellow glow behind her. Only this time, I noticed a small table beside her. On it, 2 teacups. One full. One empty. That image hit harder than I expected. A few days later, at the diner, I asked around. Turns out, her name was Mrs. Adler. She'd lived alone for years. Her husband had passed away, and their only son, a soldier, had gone missing overseas. People said she never recovered, but she kept that second teacup ready every night. I didn't know her personally, but something about her loneliness tugged at a place inside me I didn't know existed. Maybe because I'd lost my mom the year before, maybe because I knew what silence felt like when it became too loud. So, one evening, instead of walking past her window, I stopped at her gate. The snow was falling again, thick, slow, almost cinematic. I stood there for a minute, debating whether this was kindness or intrusion. And just as I turned to leave, she looked back. Her eyes met mine through the glass. For a moment, everything around us disappeared, the wind, the snow, even the hum of distant cars. Just 2 people who didn't know each other, but somehow did. She didn't flinch or close the curtains. Instead, she smiled. Faintly. Hesitantly. Then lifted her hand, a small, fragile wave. I waved back. The next night, I brought her something, a paper bag from the diner, still warm. I left it at her door with a note that said, for the second teacup. The night after that, she waved again. The night after, she came downstairs and waited by the door when she heard my footsteps. Eventually, I started sitting with her, just for a few minutes. She'd tell me about her son, her garden, her favorite book. I'd tell her about my mom, the long shifts, the dreams I hadn't dared to chase. Some nights, we didn't talk at all. We just sat by the window, 2 silhouettes sharing the same quiet space, not needing to fill it with anything. Months passed, and spring came. One evening, I noticed her window dark, no lamp, no outline. I felt a weight in my chest I couldn't explain. The next morning, I knocked. A nurse opened the door. Mrs. Adler had been taken to hospice care the night before. Before she left, she told the nurse to give me something. It was her old teacup, the empty one. There was a note folded inside. It read, "Thank you for walking past my window until I remembered how to look back. It's been 2 years since then. I still walk down Elm Street every night. The house is dark now, but her window is still there, the same lace curtains, gently moving in the wind. Sometimes, I stop and place a fresh cup of tea on her porch. Other nights, I just whisper a soft, good evening, like I used to. Because kindness doesn't always need grand gestures. Sometimes, it's just about showing up, again and again, until someone remembers how to look back." Moral: every soul waiting in silence has a story that needs to be seen. Sometimes, the smallest act of noticing becomes the greatest act of healing.